a few minutes ago to go live, but I was pretty anxious about, I guess, because my brother was in the restroom and people can, I feel like, can be a bit noisy, you know, so it wouldn't be very ASMR-like. I don't really know if you would care, but usually people do care. So I'm just gonna continue reading. So read, evaluate, print loop, which lets you run or execute Python instructions one at a time and instantly shows you the results. So using the interactive shell is great for learning what basic Python instructions do. So give it a try as you follow along. You can run the interactive shell by launching the Moo editor, which you should have downloaded when going through the setup instructions on Preface. On Windows, open the Start menu, type Moo, and open the Moo app. Well, that's according to this one. You can use different apps. And enter 2 + 2 at the prompt to have Python do some simple math. The Moo window should now look like this. 2 + 2, 4 in the second line. In Python, 2 + 2 is called an expression, which is the most basic kind of programming language instruction in the language. Expressions consist of values such as 2 and operators such as plus, and they can always evaluate, that is reduce, down to a single value. That means you can use expressions anywhere in Python code that you could also use a value. In the previous example, 2 + 2 is evaluated down to a single value 4. A single value with no operators is also considered an expression, though it evaluates only to itself, as shown here. 2, and then they'll enter into when you run it. And a crash means, okay, errors are okay. Programs will crash if they contain code and the computer can't understand, which will cause Python to show an error message, but it won't break your computer, so don't be afraid to make mistakes. Crash just means the program stopped running unexpectedly. You can use plenty of other operators in Python expressions too. For example, the star is the exponent, so like 2 to the like star 2, which is 2 times 2 to the second power, is 4, values of 4. And the parenthesis, actually I'm talking about the percentage sign. The percentage sign, the operation it symbolizes is the modulus, or the remainder. So 22 percentage sign 8 evaluates to 6 because there's a remainder of 6, 16, and then 22 minus 16, which is the remainder. And yeah, I think is it called a backslash or forward slash? I'm not sure. Integer, and then there goes my neighbor with the bass, the heavy, earth-shattering bass. 22 / 8. You get it'll evaluate to integer, that is the integer division or floor quotient, which is just what you would like, because 8 goes into 22 2 times with a remainder of 6. But if you were doing a division, you would just have the 22 /8. I am sorry if it's wrong, this line. 8, and you would get 2.75. And for multiplication, you would have a star sign, subtraction, you have this dash, in addition, of course, the plus. And the order of operations, also called precedence of math operators, is similar to that of mathematics and PEMDAS. The exponent star operator is evaluated first. The star, okay, I call this star, but it's asterisk. Asterisk is evaluated first, then the one asterisk, then the slash, whatever slash it is, then the double slash, and then the percentage symbol, the operator. So, and then you'd have the plus sign and minus sign operators evaluated last, left, right. And you can use parentheses to override the usual precedence if you need to. White space in between the operators and values doesn't matter for Python, except for the indentation at the beginning of the line. But a single space is convention. So enter the following expression into the interactive shell. Caret, 2 plus 3 asterisk 6. So first you would do 3 asterisk 6 or 18. 18 plus 2, and you would get a 20. Just saying, my math is barely there. Like, I'm not good at mental math. So in each case, you as the programmer must enter the expression. But Python does the hard part of evaluating it down to a single value. Python will keep evaluating parts of the expression until it becomes a single value, as shown here. So we have open parentheses 5 minus 1, close parentheses. That one is closed first, so it is reduced to 4. And then, okay, I don't really want to explain it. It's too long. So remember that expressions are just values combined with operators. They will always evaluate down to a single value. Most common data types in Python are listed. The integers, floating point numbers, and strings. And there was something else, I forgot. So even though the value 42 is an integer, the value 42.0 would be a floating point number. And values -2 and 30, for example, are said to be integer values. I'm reading all over the place, so it's like, it won't probably make sense. But I don't think anyone's using this to learn anything. But and the integer or int data type includes values that are whole numbers. Numbers with a decimal point, such as 3.14, are called floating point numbers or floats. Not floaties. And so let's go to Python. Programs can also have text values called strings, or STRS, pronounced stirs. Always surround your string in a single quote character, as in open quote, hello, close quote, or open quote, goodbye, cruel world, exclamation mark, close parentheses, with the single quote, and then a close parentheses. So Python knows where the string begins and ends. You can even have a string with no characters in it, like with only just the quotes, single quote and another close quote, called a blank string or an empty string. Strings are explained in greater detail in this other chapter. String concatenation and replication. So the meaning of an operator may change based on the data types of the values next to it. For example, plus is the addition operator when it operates on two integers or floating point values. However, when plus is used on two string values, it joins the strings as a string concatenation operator. String concatenation operator. Concatenation sounds it sounds like a burial process. I should not do that. No. Sometimes I have dark humor. Enter the following into the interactive shell. The caret. I think it's called caret, but it's actually the greater than sign, three of them. And what's it? This is open quotes, Alice, close quotes, plus open quotes, Bob, everyone's imaginary friend, Bob, and then close quotes, and then you'll get, when you run it, quote, Alice, Bob, close quote. So the expression evaluates or reduces down to a single new string value. It combines the text of the two strings. However, if you try to use the plus operator on a string and integer value, Python will not know how to handle this. It will display the error message. Like, if you try to add Alice plus 42, it's not gonna work. And I'm just like skimming through, and the error message can only concatenate str or str, not int to str. Means that Python thought you were trying to concatenate an integer to the string Alice. Converting data types will be explained. Dissecting your program on the page, blah blah blah, when we talk about str, int, and float functions. But so the asterisk operator multiplies two integer or floating point values. But when the asterisk operator is used on one string value and one integer value, it becomes the string replication operator. I will take a sip because I cannot really talk for long. Enter a string multiplied by a number into, so I'm gonna try using different accents. I'm playing around. I'm not trying to like poke fun, make fun of anyone who uses these accents, or because I'm not even like good at, I'm just like trying to practice my accents for improv. When the asterisk operator is used on one string value and one integer value, it becomes the string replication operator. Enter a string multiplied by a number into the interactive shell. To see this in action, caret, Alice, well, of course with the quotes, asterisk 5, you'll get Alice, in string format. The verb. Usually I burp a lot. So the expression evaluates down to a single string value that repeats the original string number of times equal to the integer value. String replication is a useful trick, but it is not used as often as string concatenation. I have to silently burp again. I think I should like go to gastroenterologist. Well, the GE, the stomach doctor. The one that takes care of your stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and then you would like get exams when you turn like a certain age, like you would have to drink the laxative. Okay. That's what is because I'm just speaking from watching my parents take the exam. And what is it? Yeah, that was tangent. You can't multiply two words, and it's hard to replicate an arbitrary string a fractional number of times. Storing values in variables. Variable is like a box in a computer's memory where you can store a single value. If you want to use the result of an evaluated expression later in your program, you can save it inside a variable. You can store values in variables with an assignment statement. An assignment statement consists of a variable name and a line called the assignment operator on the value to be stored. If you enter the assignment statement span equals 42, then a variable named span will have the integer value 42 stored in it. Think of a variable as a labeled box where a value is placed in. For example, box named spam, and then there's a 42 inside. Now the variable spam has the integer value 42 inside. This being 42, this is the box. Now you can enter the following into an interactive shell. Spam equals 40. Spam, and you get 40. And then do the same thing, but eggs equals 2. So now if you make the expression spam plus eggs, you'll get 42. And spam plus eggs plus spam is basically saying 40 plus 2 plus 40, which you get 82. Okay. A variable is initialized or created the first time value is stored in it. But you can use it in instructions with other variables and values. When a variable is assigned a new value, the old value is forgotten, which is why spam evaluated to 42 instead of 40. That's my dad. Okay. Bye.